Hello everyone, and this is what today's video is going to be about. This is the Qi OS cube that you saw me unbox and attempt to solve with no help a little while ago. And today I want to bring you something of a tutorial on it. Now, this is a very difficult cube to tutorial because I don't actually know how to solve it. I know I did solve it. I've solved it many times in the past, but I don't really have a method. I kind of just turn randomly until I see something of some patterns that I recognize, and then attempt things for those patterns until they work. For example, like if I see certain patterns, I know certain algorithms will work from certain angles if certain pieces are in certain places, but like nothing's too consistent. Except for a few tips and tricks. That's what I should call this, tips and tricks for the OS cube. So yeah, let me just scramble this up off camera because I really can't be bothered with on camera right now. One thing I didn't realize is just how loud this thing is. So yeah, what I initially thought this was is when a piece, I thought it was kind of like the Afterlife cube, if you've seen that. So when a piece is in its correct place and the colors match with their sides, the piece will be flat. It's not like that at all. When the pieces match, because in here you can see. Okay, let me use these two these two are flat. See, that has a purple magnet in there. That has a white magnet. Those are opposites, so the magnets will attract, thus pulling the pieces in. However, if you have, for example, in there is a purple and in there is a purple, you can't see it because they're repelling each other, so these will be sticking out. So yeah, the general idea of it is you want to find sides that have even numbers of pushed out pieces, hold them to either sides, they will always match because, as I said, they are repelling each other, and you want to turn it to see if anything solves. If it doesn't, then that side cannot be fixed right now. And if not, you have, see on top here we have these 4 up. That is an even number, so it could be very helpful to us. So I'm just going to hold this on top, this on bottom, and just do U moves. See if anything works. Neither of them work, which is unfortunate. Yeah, I've tried, just keep trying to get even numbers on the sides until eventually you will have a flat side, and then we can have a top and a bottom to work on, and we can see that we have 4 here, and we also have these two as a 2 and a 2. We can really work off either of these. I'm going to go with a 4 just because I think it might be easier. Actually, yeah, I'm going to go with a 4 just because I think it might be easier to work with the 2s later on. So I'm just going to turn this side. None of it works. So then I'm going to return it to how it was, flat top, flat bottom. I'm just going to turn it 90 degrees, and I'm going to try fix up the 2. Neither of them work, so now I'm going to just slightly scramble it. So we have something of a new scramble, but we still have something of a flat top and a flat bottom, a basis to work off of, just so we have something of an orientation. We have 2 here, 2 here. So this could be helpful to us. Whichever way I turn it, these 2 will always still be pushed out. So this is not helpful to us. So I'm going to turn it 90 degrees because I also have this pair and this pair. I'm going to keep turning it. Again, not helpful to us. So I'm going to create something of a different orientation. As you can see, I've messed up. I now have no completely flat layers. But I'm just going to keep trying things until they work. There's a lot of guesswork involved with this cube. There we go. Aha, I've created a scramble. Right now I have 2 popping out on this side and 2 popping out on this side, and everything else is flat. Now if I just turn this, it will work. However, there are some cases that don't. Like if you have, for example, where is one? I'm trying to find one. I think I've got a weird solve state. Oh, here we go. If I have something like this, then there is no guarantee that if I just turn this side like this, that it will solve. For example, it might, the pair of pop-out pieces might just keep rotating, like I've seen it do. TV, can you stop acting like you're possessed? Or it might just stay here, in which case you just do a few light moves just to scramble it up a little bit, and then try again. Because, like, there are many solve states, because there are many different orientations of the magnets and the pieces that you can do. Yeah. That is basically all you need to know to solve the OS cube. So I'm gonna scramble it up and let's see how fast I can solve it. 2, 1, go. Okay, is that okay? Here is another really annoying case where we have this corner with 2 out at the back, and then we have this one here making an opposite pair, and this one here making an opposite pair. Now what I like to do is hold this one in the front and do a T-perm or just adjacent edge swap algorithm just to see what that changes. Nothing? Okay, then I'll try a different orientation of the cube. Nothing. Do some light scramble moves just to try and give it some new life. There we go. And now, if I do that, now I'm just back where I was. There we go. Now I've got an entire set of just 3 stuck out ones, so I have nothing to work off. This cube is really inconsistent in giving me good times. Sometimes I get great times on this. There we go. No. There we go. There we go. That took about 1 minute and 25 seconds, which I will actually take. So yeah, that is basically what you need to know to solve the OS cube. If you are forced into a situation where you have 3 stuck out on each side, just what you want to do then is you want to try and get it so there's only 1 stuck out. Then find one where there's only 1 stuck out on a different face, pair them up, and then try something with that. That will affect like either the top or the bottom or the front or the back, but then that shouldn't be a problem later on. And if anything, it will lead you to actually get a better scramble and lead you towards getting a solve state. So yeah, that is basically all you need to know in order to solve the OS cube. It is very inconsistent, but just overall my advice would just be to turn randomly until you get something you recognize, like that case where everything is solved except for these 2 at the back, this one at the front, and this one over here. If that comes up, that is the most annoying state that you can find. Just either try algorithms you already know from 2x2, see it from different orientations, see if they work, and if they don't, just do some light scramble moves, just like do like that or something. I forgot what I've done. Yeah, I've just messed up the cube. Just do some light scramble moves or something just until you get something you do recognize, and then you can go from there. I'm sorry, this cube is just a lot of fun. Wait, what? Oh, that gave me a 4. I thought it gave me a 3. There is one particular thing on this cube which is like quite... I think the magnet's kind of misplaced, or the thing is a weird size. Okay. This is a very weird cube, and I love it all the more for it. But yeah, that is basically all you need to know in order to solve the OS cube. Next video, I promise it will be the Pentacle Star Cube tutorial. However, I'm still working on the Polaris Cube because the progress I made in the last video, it is still there. And the method that I found involves breaking up all the corners and solving all of the centers in the actual physical corner pieces first, and I don't want to undo all my beautiful progress, so that might just stay like that for all of eternity until I bring myself to solve it. Please. Making me look silly in front of the camera. Making me look foolish. There we go. Nice to end on a solved note. But yeah. Next video will be the Pentacle Star Cube tutorial. Just as soon as I bring myself to scramble it again. It just takes so damn long to scramble. I might just scramble it while this video is uploading, but yeah. That is all for this video. If you do get this cube, remember, just follow the advice I've given you in this video and you should be able to solve it fairly quickly and with some form of consistency. It's not very consistent, but it will lead you to solved state. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I've got a new setup in this video, and that's why I've got this thing here, because I've upgraded from a regular DSi case to a 3DS case, because I couldn't find my DSi case. I think it's over there somewhere, but you know, I can't be bothered to find it. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next video, and have a nice day.